Hey guys, so I'm back with a paper pumpkin alternative. If you did not see the paper pumpkin unboxing, I'll leave a link up here and also link the video down below. But what I wanted to do is come up with an alternative idea after I kind of sat on it for a few days. So here are the two cards I created. Okay, really cute. Now, here is what the paper pumpkin was intended for. To make one of these slider cards. Really cute. I did like the original project that was in the intended use for the kit, but I don't really have a use for this type of thing unless I'm giving a gift certificate or gift card, which I may make a couple of these and kind of keep them aside for that, but I don't need 9 of them. So I came up with these two versions of cards, and I thought this kit in particular was really good for masculine type of birthday cards, celebration cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make these two. Now the kit came with different, grab the other color, these 3 different card bases, okay? And I show you how to put together the slider card in my other video if you haven't caught it yet. So I decided to take a card base, and today we're going to use this one, and you can create 2 cards out of this. Okay, so if you didn't make any of those slider cards, in essence you can get 18 cards out of this one pack, which I think is pretty cool. So what I did was I took this sheet, and where the score lines are, I just trimmed them. So I cut all where the score lines are because I don't want that to be on my card. And then after I did that, I ended up with 2 pieces, which are here. And what I did was I trimmed them to 4 1/4. I trimmed this to 5 1/4. So, and then this, I don't know how much that measures, but I didn't trim any of it off at the top. I just trimmed the side, if that makes any sense. So here is my original piece. Okay, and if I laid it over, it would line up perfectly when I cut the score lines. So I have my 2 pieces from my 1 card base. The kit also came with glimmer paper to make the candles. Now, the glimmer paper was already punched, had the candles punched out. So I took all the candles off. I can use that for something else. And I took what was left over and cut strips. So for my 2 cards, I have a strip here, and then I have a strip on each side. Now, you would not have enough to do this for every single card, but you definitely have enough for 4 cards, because after I cut everything up, this is what I had left over. So definitely 4 cards you could do this, or don't use 2 strips, just use 1 on this one. So I went ahead and had my strips. I cut them. This is for this card, the one right here. And then the 2 strips will be for this card. So I have that. Then I went ahead and used my oval and circle dies, layering dies, to cut out my sentiment pieces. So I used Whisper White, Island Indigo, and I cut a oval and a circle. And then with Whisper White, I did the same thing, but no scallop. And I did 2 ovals just in case I mess up, because usually I stamp the sentiment first, then cut it out, but we're cutting a little close here. And since I cut it out first for the video, I want to make sure that if I mess up, I have another one and I don't have to stop. Okay? For my card bases, I have Night of Navy and Calypso Coral. And what's nice about the kit is that on the back of the instruction sheet, it gives you all the coordinating colors. So these little cards are very colorful, and it'll list all the colors that go with them. Now for my ink, I'm using Calypso Coral on both of the cards. I'm going to go ahead and fold my card bases. Okay, we'll start out with the Night of Navy first. And since I did the Night of Navy like this, I'm going to do like this one. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to take my piece, and the circle sentiment will cover up this opening. So to adhere my glitter pieces, I'm going to use my fast fuse. And I'm just going to go bump right up against the edge. And what I want to do is I line up the bottom first, however much I want peeking out, line it up and just, actually, let me flip it over because I have little indents here from the candle. So line it up again, and however much I want peeking out, I want to stop there, and I slowly work my way up to get it even. So just like that. And then I'll take my other piece and do the same thing. And I want to make sure that however much is poking out on the left is the same for the right, so it looks even. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and take just some snail and go ahead and adhere this to my card base. And you could do it, you know, however you want. You can do it more off to the left, in the center, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and do mine in the center. Make sure that's straight. Okay. So that is done, and I'll need my circle Whisper White and my circle Island Indigo. And the sentiment I'm going to use is Happy Birthday to You, which I already have it on the stamp here. Take my Calypso Coral ink and go ahead and ink it up. And remember, in the kit you get Island Indigo, Flirty Flamingo, which you can use, but if you have other colors that coordinate, you can bring those in as well. Okay, that looks good. Go ahead and use some snail to attach my circle to my scallop. Oh. And of course I get an ink smudge. And Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these. I purchased these. It's just an eraser, like a sandpaper, and it takes off the layer of paper, so to erase the ink. I will link these below if you're interested. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my Stampin' Dimensionals and just add a couple on the back. Make sure that's nice and centered. And there's card 1. Real quick and easy. Set that aside. For card 2, go ahead and take my card base. And I'm just putting the glitter paper on the bottom. So what I did was that these pieces, they come already with adhesive strip like this. So when I cut it, I made sure that I cut this side and not this side because I wanted to keep the adhesive strip. So what I do here is I just removed this and this one, and then I just took my glimmer paper and stuck it to that adhesive strip. So let's see if I could do this. Line it up at the bottom and then work your way up. At least this is how I do it. If you have grid paper, great way to use your grid paper to line the stuff up. Line the paper up. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some snail to the other sides that need adhesive. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere my card. So once you get everything cut out, it goes really fast. And so for my sentiment, I'm going to bring in my piercing mat so I can stamp on that. It gives it a little bit of cushion. I'm going to remove To You and just use Happy Birthday. And I'm using the Calypso Coral ink again. All right, let's hope this came out even and I don't get ink on it. Perfect. Done with our ink. I'll I'll go ahead and save this for another project. Go ahead and add some snail to the back and adhere it to my scallop. And I made this scallop a little bit bigger. There we go. Add some dimensionals to each side. Go ahead and adhere this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and found some inspiration on how to use your paper pumpkin kit. If you are looking for more, I know there are some great ideas out there if you go to Pinterest. Some videos I have seen, they have used the stamp set and they don't use the paper at all, but they do some fun things with the stamp set. So definitely check that out. I think these are great for masculine birthday cards, which is probably my biggest struggle, making masculine cards. And I think especially the Night of Navy cards look really great. So let me know if you have any questions. I will link below all the supplies used, as well as paper pumpkin links if you want more information. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye.